So with Pokemon Home, the delay officially being over, it's going to be coming out Monday night. We're going to be getting compatibility, allowing us to get access to a whole bunch of old Pokemon, some new Pokemon, and being able to use them. Right in front of you, ladies and gentlemen, is the new Anything Goes Pokemon. Every generation, every single generation since Gen 6, we have had a Pokemon that has been very powerful and had to go above Ubers. For Generation 6 and 7, that title was only held by the one and only Mega Rayquaza. And then in Generation 8, Mega Rayquaza no longer existed. So it's like not LeBron. It's like Michael Jordan retired. Mega Rayquaza absolutely dominated Ubers for literally 2 generations and had to pass the torch to someone else. And so, Michael Jordan had to retire. And so right now, what we looking at is essentially LeBron James. This was peak LeBron James in Generation 8. In Generation 8, Zacian Crown was peak LeBron James, right? Because literally, it was powerful. It had base 170 attack and could switch in all the time and get that attack boost. But essentially, if you pay attention to basketball, even if you don't pay attention to basketball, you know LeBron was on the Lakers, and the Lakers just got swept. They got swept by the Nuggets. Literally 0-4. And that's what Zacian is now. Like LeBron. LeBron is still a good basketball player, but is not nearly as, he's not prime LeBron. So right now we got later in career LeBron right here. We got Zacian Crowd, which is not nearly, it's still good, but it's not nearly as good as other Pokemon. It's not nearly as good as other Uber Pokemon. Why? Because they nerfed its attack by 20 points, and its sword ability only works once per battle. It's kind of like, this is kind of like the booster energy Pokemon only getting the booster energy boost once per battle with the item. It's kind of like that, even though you can say, it's essentially the same thing as that. But because of this, Zacian got nerfed. I mean, you do have Terra, and I guess Terra could potentially do something, but really, this guy got nerfed, and especially because his signature move, Behemoth Blade, Dynamax was legal in this thing's tier, so it could check Dynamax Pokemon with Behemoth Blade, but now Behemoth Blade is just a base 100 Steel type move with 8 PP, so you might as well just use Iron Head at this point, which you lose power, but the PP isn't really worth it. But regardless, the other Pokemon that was at the type of Ubers last generation that did not get nerfed but actually got buffed, we talking about the horse, bro. The horse is coming back. Shadow Rider Calyrex. This thing was already busted last generation with Expanding Force. Right now, we don't know if it's coming back with Expanding Force. If it is, that is a guaranteed this thing is going to freaking Anything Goes if it comes back with Expanding Force. Because right now, a lot of Pokemon that had access to like Expanding Force, Rising Voltage, Grassy Glide don't have them now. But with Pokemon Home compatibility, if they bring those moves in with Expanding Force, this thing has to be Anything Goes fast. All right. Now, without it, I think as it is right now, it can already go Anything Goes. But if it gets Expanding Force, that is going to fast track its potential to go to Anything Goes. This thing currently is better than Zacian. This is currently the best Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, period. There is nothing that checks this thing. With Terastallize, nothing checks it. Because with Terastallize, you change into one type. You really need a dual type to be able to deal with this guy. And even then, the dual types that, I don't even think the dual types exist that can handle with this guy. So let me explain this to y'all. Alright. Calyrex Shadow had 2 main weaknesses that kind of kept it from going Anything Goes, even though this thing was busted in Generation 8. The 2 things that kept it in check was its typing, being quad weak to both Ghost and Dark type moves. So a Sucker Punch would murk this guy. So you think, oh, King Gambit could Sucker Punch this guy. We could do Choice Banded Shadow Sneak from something, I guess, right? But the thing is that you gotta realize now, though, is that one of its biggest weaknesses being its typing, is no longer existent because this thing can terrestrialize. Do you know what this means? Even if it just terrestrializes into a pure psychic, it no longer has 2 4 times weaknesses because the biggest weakness this thing had is 2 4 times weaknesses. But the thing is, with only having one, like, it'll have weaknesses but not having 4 times weaknesses, its stats, its defensive stats are comparable to Goldango. Now Goldango isn't, what is it, Dango, wait, no, Dengo. Where's Goldango at? How do you spell it? Oh, it's Goh. All right. It has similar bulk to Goldango, to be honest, but a little bit more because it has 100 HP, 80, 100. Goldango has 95, 91, 87. So it's similar to that. And Goldango isn't even bulky, but it can live hits. And with that HP stat, it has a better HP stat than Goldango. So that 100 HP stat with those defenses is going to allow it to live some hits. You're not going to be able to one-shot this thing unless you're banded. But if you're banded, that means you're not scarfed. And if you're banded, that means you definitely are not outspeeding this thing. Because this thing is the fastest thing in the game. Let's look at the Pokemon that outspeed this. You have one Pokemon, Regieleki. And so the only way Regieleki one-shots Calyrex Shadow Rider is if you Terra Ghost and Calyrex Shadow Rider does not Terra as well. But even then, Terra Ghost is not going to hit that hard, especially when you Calm Mind, which you can probably get off, because what are the odds that they lead with Regieleki? Because you just get this thing in, you set up a Calm Mind. Once you get one Calm Mind, I guarantee you probably the Terra Blast Shadow Ball, not Terra Blast Shadow Ball, but the Terra Blast Ghost isn't going to kill you once you start getting them special defense boosts and you got a good HP stat. But even then, you would race your Terra on Ghost, and why would you have Terra Ghost on the Regieleki when really there's like, oh, let me set this to like Ubers. Why would you make this Terra Ghost when like that is a waste of a Terra essentially? So like, literally, that's the only thing to one-shot this guy. This guy outspeeds, literally, look at the Ubers. It outspeeds Chi-Yu, it outspeeds Chien-Pao, it outspeeds... And all these Pokemon have to be Scarfed, but these Pokemon don't really run Scarfed. The only Scarfed Pokemon I see is, like, Koraidon and Miraidon. But even then, if those things run Scarf, they're not getting the power that they need to one-shot. I don't think Koraidon and Miraidon can one-shot if they are scarfed rather than, well, they might be able to do a lot of damage, but who knows? Hell, if you're that nervous, all you got to do is put a Focus Sash. But even then, look, here's a pro strat. This set, I think, is going to be the set that gets this guy banned. So really, if you are afraid of being outsped, you could switch this to Agility and have Draining Kiss, stored power, and agility. That's pretty much what you would need. Yeah, you would need Draining Kiss, and then you Terra Fairy, because Terra Fairy is going to be the best Terra on this guy, because with Draining Kiss, it's going to be crazy. This is going to be the best Draining Kiss Pokemon ever, okay, period. Because getting Stab on it with this massive special attack stat that you can boost, and every single time, and that's not even me, bro. Every single time you get a knockout, you get a special attack boost, which means not only does stored power become more powerful, these other two moves become more powerful. Like, and you know, the other problem that this guy had is it didn't have the best move coverage back in Sword and Shield. But now the fact that you can Terra this to be whatever type you want, and then you'll have coverage. Because really, if you want to get rid of stored power and make it Terra something else, you can. But really, not only that, you probably don't even want Terra Shadow Ball. You want Terra Astro Barrage, because this is crazy. This move is nuts. Because in doubles, this thing is nuts because it hits both foes, right? But in singles, you have 120 base power Ghost type move, which is not resisted by a lot. If anything, you need a normal type to be immune to it, right? Or maybe even a dark type. But hell, dark types usually don't even have that good special bulk. Like, I mean, King Gambit might be able to do something, but King Gambit's not going to appreciate a Draining Kiss. King Gambit is probably going to be the best check to this thing, in my honest opinion, just because you get the Draining Kiss, that'll, like, I could see King Gambit being able to live some things as long as you're not boosted. and be able to hit you back with something nasty, you're gonna have to Terra on King Gambit. Really, I think you're gonna have to Terra on King Gambit. Does this thing get Focus Blast? Does this thing get Focus Blast? No, it does not get Focus Blast. Does this thing get any fighting type coverage? Hey, yo, you might have to run double kick, bro. This might be the set. Calm Mind double kick. Calm Mind double kick. Double kick on there for King Gambit. But, even then, King Gambit is not going to appreciate special moves. It has good bulk, but once you start getting them boosts up, King Gambit is not going to appreciate, even if it's resisted, I don't think it's going to appreciate Astral Barrage. And Draining Kiss, Terra Fairy Draining Kiss, it's not going to kill you with Sucker Punch, and then once you get a couple boosts up, you probably be able to knock out King Gambit. This thing has no answers. And I have E-Seed right here because you could take advantage. This will help if, like, because everyone's going to have Miraidon, because Miraidon is the best Pokemon right now in Ubers. But when this thing comes out, it's going to be the new best thing. And you can take advantage of it because you're going to be boosting your special bulk with Calm Mind, right? So Miraidon is going to come out, and you're always going to have it. Your electric terrain is going to be up because of Miraidon. So you come in, you get the E-Seed boost, boosting up your physical defense, set up a Calm Mind, and then that's it. But Miraidon has to be scarfed to be a threat. Because once you get in, right, if Miraidon is not scarfed, you set up a Calm Mind, right, it's not going to kill you with the electric move it goes for, right? So let's say it goes for Electro Wheel or whatever its move is. It's not going to kill you if it's not scarfed. So you set up your Calm Mind, and then you Draining Kiss, get HP, you Terra Fairy Draining Kiss, and you get your HP back, and that thing is definitely, you're going to get so much HP back because it's super effective stab, and you're coming off of this massive special attack stat. Like, Miraidon got good special bulk, but, like, once, like, it's not going to be able to withstand a Terra Fairy Draining Kiss. So not only does Calyrex Shadow lose its biggest weakness before being its typing, it also gets coverage now. Its coverage is stronger. You can run Terra Blast if you want, but really, I honestly think the moves it had to begin with weren't even bad. I don't even think this guy needed coverage. Just being able to change types for this thing is stupid, okay? This thing is stupid. It's gonna go to anything goes. I guarantee you this thing is gonna wreck the tier. It is faster than Zacian, so Zacian can't even check this guy. Like, look, Regieleki is the only thing that outspeeds this thing. Because a lot of Pokemon aren't in this game. A lot of, there is nothing that outspeeds this. Mega Rayquaza, I mean, I don't even think Mega Rayquaza outsped it though, right? Mega Rayquaza did not. Wait, hold on. R-A-Y. Mega Rayquaza didn't even outspeed this thing. Yeah, Mega Rayquaza is best for 115. So literally nothing. This is the perfect Pokemon, bro. It is fast. It can live a hit, and it hits hard. Like, it's not like it's fast but weak. It can actually get bulky, especially with the boost, bro. This thing is nuts. So I think, well, Stored Power will get replaced with Expanding Force if it has Expanding Force. But you could also want Giga Drain for coverage, I guess, if you want to deal with Kyogre. But really, I think Draining Kiss is going to be what you need, right? I think Draining Kiss is going to be really that power. I think that's the only fairy move it gets, right? I think that's the only fairy move it gets, right? Yeah, Draining Kiss is the only fairy move it gets. But, I mean, I'm not even mad. I mean, if you wanted to run Terra Blast Fairy, you could run Terra Blast Fairy if you wanted to get some power. But I think there's no problem running Draining Kiss. But, yeah, y'all, this guy's not healthy. It's stupid, bruh. Like, this guy gotta get banned, bro. This guy gotta get banned. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, this thing's gonna come. I guarantee. My first video is gonna be when Pokemon Home comes out. My first video is gonna be abusing this dude in Ubers because this guy's gonna need to get banned from Ubers. But not only that, let's talk about like how to make this guy even more broken. Because in Ubers, you could do some cheeky shit like this. You could do Grimmsnarl. You could do Grimmsnarl, right? You could do Grimmsnarl. What? Reflect. Light screen, right? You could get the screens up, and then you could do I like Earthworm Shed Tail, so you could do Shed Tail, and look with these shenanigans, it can get even bulkier with screens. You don't even need the Shed Tail. Honestly, I don't even think you need the Shed Tail because you could just set up the screens, parting shot out. You set up the screens, party shotting out. Go into this thing, start setting up, start clicking buttons, start kicking your Calm Mind, start clicking anything else. You can honestly, you know what's even crazy? You could probably run, because you're going to be bulky, You could even run Selagberry. Now this might be kind of busted because if once you get down to like 1/4 of your HP, because screens is gonna help you be able to live hits, you get that speed boost on top of your special attack boost. What do you do against this thing, man? What do you do against it, bro? Like this mod is crazy. Like this this is just ridiculous, bro. Like this Pokemon should not exist. And it gets, I forgot this thing gets Will-O-Wisp, bro. So you could even run like a bro, you could run a Willow Hex. I don't know why you would run this set, but you could run like a Willow Hex, Draining Kiss, and then like I think maybe like I know Rest is its main recovery move, but like hell, you could do something like Willow and Nasty Plot. This is what you need. You could literally run this and then Focus Sash. You Focus Sash and then you could like burn a physical attacker, start setting up Draining Kiss Hex, and then you, like, bro, what do you do? What do you do, bro? And that's not even talking about getting screens. You could literally, even then, if you get a Shed Tail off on this guy, I think Shed Tail Sash might be stupid because you could like guarantee live 2 hits and guarantee get 2 setups, bro. Like the main thing that's gonna be, and the thing is that made this guy broken is in Psychic Terrain, priority moves are blocked. So if Psychic Terrain is able to be set up and we're able to get Expanding Force, bro, if Expanding Force is on this guy, bro, NDD male is gonna shoot up to, no, NDD female, because we need a bulky one, because it's not, well, I don't know, it could be faster, I don't know. Well, regardless, NDD is gonna shoot up, because this is gonna be, this is baby Tapu Lele. This is Tapu Lele's little sister right here. So we're gonna have, like, bro, and I mean, if anything, even, I mean, it could be a niche set, but even having Psychic Terrain up can just make its psychic moves be even more crazy. I don't think this thing gets Side Shock. Oh, yep, it does get Side Shock. All right, so its psychic moves could go. Anyway, I gotta get hydrated. Remember? All right, that was a lot of talk. Ooh, I'm almost out of water. Gotta go get hydrated. But we always stay hydrated on here. That was a lot of talking. Hold on. Ooh. We always stay hydrated around here. But anyway, this is gonna be, if you needed any more proof as to why this thing is gonna be broken, just keep a lookout, because once this guy is unleashed we're gonna be taking advantage of this guy. We're gonna be fully taking advantage of this guy, because literally this guy has no counters. Like what are you gonna do to beat this guy? Blissey? Even then, you call Mind Up in front of Blissey, and what? Blissey doesn't have Toxic. It can Thunder Wave you, I guess. Maybe Lumberry. Thunder Wave Blissey is probably going to be the best check this guy. But even then, what'll probably happen is people drop Store Power for Side Shot. And if anything, you probably don't even need Store Power, to be honest. You can just run Side Shock and just get the immediate power, bro. Because what checks this thing? What checks this? What checks this? What checks this? Maybe like a King Gambit? No, because King Gambit's not going to appreciate Draining Kiss. That's crazy. Honestly, you could probably just Terra Steel on this guy too, and then just like, not even, maybe that'll be the read. King Gambit is going to go for like some sort of like Steel type move, thinking you're going to Terra Steel, but then you Terra, or thinking you're going to Terra Fairy, it goes for a Steel type move, and then you Terra Steel. I don't know, bro, but this is gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a problem. I'm telling y'all. Like, Zacian is still gonna be powerful, but if Zacian was number 1 last generation, this one was number 2. And now Zacian then got knocked down. This is number 1 now. And it's like, it don't have any counters. I feel like in Uber's last gen, it was just knock other Pokemon out first, but like, anyway, that's enough. I've spoken. I've delivered my piece. Subscribe.